Welcome to part 3 of my Lego build for Tower Bridge. So, very quickly, in the last video we were basically at the very foundations of the towers, and yeah, that was basically it. And I built like a few things, whatever, and done some organizing, so that's where we're at now. So, this should be a fairly quick update in my terms of my Lego build. You can see the new, well, how they look now. So I'll just kind of pull one of these over here real quick and show you kind of in depth what it looks like. So this is a side profile of it, and those are the windows. That's the way that'll be looking outwards from it and looking inwards. So they're fairly steady models, fairly steady Legos. But what I would say is quite interesting, actually, and I'll just show you to here, this piece here, it's very delicate actually to get off, was the biggest pain in the rear. See all those little angled pieces? I had to do that. Well, it's not even just for these, there's other ones there as well. I had to do it 240 times. So that was interesting. I wouldn't say it didn't put me off anyway, and it's not like it wasn't that it was necessarily unenjoyable. I just, to be honest, I didn't expect to have such tedious build work with it, but it's worth it when you see the end result. Like, I mean, you basically look there, it kind of acts as like it like rounds it, so it looks really good. So there was a couple things I was a little bit disappointed about with this, which is that the model, you know, when they put it together, it wasn't exactly the way Tower Bridge would look. For instance, just to give an example, like you see these blue bits here, there's a square bit and then an angled bit. Well, if you look at Tower Bridge, this is actually, the bottom part here is actually angled. Actually, it looks better this way. Angled upwards, like this. So I was kind of like, well, why didn't we use the upside down angles, right? There's probably a name for them, I don't know what they are. But look, that's just me nitpicking really more than anything. It was a little bit disappointing. And then like the internal, I read somewhere on one of the reviews was that people were kind of disappointed because internally there's nothing really there, and there's not. It'll be a shell the entire way up. Having said that though, like I suppose if you really wanted to, you could add internal stuff. Like, I mean, there is kind of supports here where you could start to add levels if you wanted to. So yeah, to be completely honest, you could probably do something like that if you really wanted to. What I like about it though is there is a lot of detail, which I wasn't. I did expect, but I wasn't expecting it. So I'm happy with the detail, the level of detail on it. It looks really, really good, and it also is kind of making me want to build a London set. So I can see I still have my glasses on. Should take them off. So the couple lessons learned from this. First is that I really needed. Well, first actually is that as I started to build, it opened up containers for me to reorganize. But the other thing was that organization was really the key, and I needed to have my organization set up a bit more. And I know I said that in the last video, but when I was going through it, I was like, oh my god, where are these pieces? Where are these pieces? Where are these pieces? And it was taking me longer to find them. So I kind of, in the middle of it, reorganized again. So I put like anything that was just one stud there in. Actually, I can show you here in this jar here. Just these are literally just all one studs, no matter what they are. And then I did the same for two studs, and I did similar to for some of the other stuff. So it makes sense in the end for me, and it's actually quite easy for me now to get around it. But yeah, and then a couple other lessons learned was that I'm glad I'm doing these in tandem, right? So I'm doing the two towers together in one. Because if I had to do this like one time and then build it up and then do it another time, yeah, I'd totally be annoyed by that. So yeah, overall, really, really good, really positive build so far. I've been loving the chill out thing. I just get some chill out music on, and I was going through. And this actually took me 2 nights to build, so I was waiting to kind of update again until I had actually had a little bit more substance on there, right? So the original one, the first night, I probably spent about an hour or so just building up the foundations here, just this bit. And then last night I built the rest of this in probably about 2.5, 3 hours. So overall I've probably got about 5 hours on the build, 6 if you include the organization, which isn't too bad. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is only the first level. There's another. You can see here on the picture. So I've only done up to here. So there's another 1, 2, 3, and then the top bit to go. So super excited. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying the build so far and the experience of doing it. I would recommend it because I think it's actually a lot easier than some would make it out to be. So yeah, yeah. So there you go. Till the next time, till part 4. Thanks very much for watching. Tower Bridge.